Good morning, boys and girls, and I am back again in the library today. I hope you don't mind if I keep my coat on. Only every single window in the library is open and Mrs. McFadden is freezing, so I'm going to keep it on if that's all right. Let's start then, as always, with our date. And today is Wednesday, the 10th of March, 2021. Wednesday, the 10th of March, 2021. Let's take a quick look at our spellings as always, and this week, as we know, our words have the E sound. So you should be saying them before me at this stage. Off we go. Meter, feet, feel, green, each, please, Easter, leave, finally, easy, key, money. We are now on part 6 of our Sounds in Focus, and for part 6 you have to add Y or EY to each of the words. And you will end up with some lovely sentences. The first one will be, the funny bunny bought honey with his money. The second one is, the crazy monkey finally gave us the key. And finally, the silly turkey told us a story about a pony. Such crazy and funny sentences. For question 7, you are turning your singular words into plurals. Now, if a word ends with a Y and it has a consonant before it, so not a vowel, but if it has a consonant before it, then you take off the Y and add IES. So party with a Y becomes parties, take off the Y and add IES. And we would do the same for these other words as well. Each time, to make them plural, we would take off the Y and add IES. And then you write the full word just like this. So don't just cross out the Y and write IES. Write the full word on the line. We'll look at question 8 as well today because it's kind of linked to question 7. And this time you are told that if a word ends with Y but has a vowel before it, then you just put S on the end. So keys, Keith, K-E-Y, becomes just keys, K-E-Y-S. And the same for all of these because they all have a Y and then a vowel before them, all right? So we just add an S to those. So you write your new plural words here and here and here and here with an S on the end. And that would be enough Sounds in Focus for today, but you can of course work on at your own pace if you wish. Today for our literacy we are looking at question or command. And we want to make sure that we understand the difference between questions and commands and to use them in our writing. Now, as we know, if you are asking a question, if you say something that needs an answer, you're asking a question, you put a question mark at the end. But if it's just a simple command, then you're going to either use your full stop or your exclamation mark. Now, if your command is loud or you need to stress something very strongly, we know that we use the exclamation mark. And if it's just a simple statement, we use our question mark, our full stop, all right? So exclamation mark for stressing something or shouting something, and a full stop for your general statement. Now, question 1 asks you to decide whether each of these sentences is a command or a question, and then add the right punctuation to finish them. So 1A, for example, go back to the classroom, put the right punctuation there, and then can you see if there's anyone there? And then you work down through these sentences, deciding each time whether you need to use this, this, or this. Now, question 2 requires a bit of concentration. You really need to try hard with this. You are asked to change these pairs of sentences to swap any command to a question and any question to a command. And an example has been done for you. Now you can see these boxes are very big, but you don't actually have to write very much inside of them. So we've got the command here, look over there, and it's been changed to, can you look over there? So it's been changed to a question. And then this one, can you go and fetch the bag? That's a question. Change it to a command, go and fetch the bag. So that one has been done for you. So let's look over the page then. And let's look at question A. Can you pick that up for me? Now, how would you turn that? That's a question, as we can see. How would we turn it into a command? We'd probably take the can you out, wouldn't we? Pick that up for me. And then the next part is also a question. Would you put it in the bin? How would we turn that into a command? Put it in the bin. And we do the same for all of these. Let's look at one more just to make sure we understand. Would you like to see my house? Now that is a question. So how would you write it as a command? You could write something like, come and see my house. The next part then is a command, park in the drive. And if you change that then to a question, you could say, would you park in the drive? Or even, could you park in the drive? And we do the same with all of these. If it's a question, we write it as a command. And if it's a command, we write it as a question. All right? And then our maths, as we know, doesn't really require any explanation because we're continuing to do what we've been doing over the last few days, practicing subtraction in vertical form. So again, just start with your units and then your tens to arrive at your answer. All right? It's PE day today as well, boys and girls, so if you get a chance to do the Zoom PE lesson, that would be great. I know it's not possible for everybody, but if you're able to access it, it is really, really valuable for you. Also carry on with your reading, and remember we're really, really trying to do one AR quiz every week. And remember there's a March competition. The top 3 people in our class with the highest word count will get a prize. And carry on with your Sum Dog as well. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.